We have some breaking news for you. The family of Brian Laundrie just released a statement saying they don't know where Brian is through their attorney. They say they are concerned about their son and they hope the FBI can indeed find him. They say the speculation by the public and some in the press that the parents assisted Brian in leaving the family home or in avoiding arrest in a warrant that was issued after Brian had already been missing for several days is just wrong, unquote. Authorities have been looking for Laundrie in a 25,000-acre Florida nature reserve since he disappeared 2 weeks ago. Our Randy Case spoke to a survival expert who told her about the challenges that investigators face in that type of environment.
He said there's no doubt they're using infrared, which they can pick up heat and see him possibly moving at night if he is indeed in the reserve. He also said just using basic eyes on the ground, looking for things that he might have left behind if he's there, such as clothing, or maybe he moved some brush. But in terms of the problems that Brian Laundrie could face, the survivalist told me that there's, of course, heat, humidity, dehydration, certainly a lot of that happening here in Florida, and predatory animals. If he's planning to move around at night thinking that he has cover, there's Florida panthers out there, alligators, bobcats, so he has to be on the lookout for that. And things that Brian Laundrie would need to do in order to survive if he is out there. This expert told me he would find higher ground. He would have to build some type of sleeping platform. He would also have to look for edible plants to try and eat those, perhaps even trap some animals.
Randy Kay, thank you for that report. Another major development, newly obtained dispatch audio confirms that officers in Moab, Utah actually knew Gabby Petito may have been a victim of domestic abuse before they pulled her and her fiancé over last month.
The female who got hit, they both, the male and the female, both got into the van and headed north. RP states a male hit a female domestic. He got into a white Ford Transit van, has a black ladder on the back.
But when police pulled them over, one officer called Petito the aggressor.
Were you attempting to cause him physical pain or physical impairment? Was that what you were attempting to do to him? No. What were you attempting to do? What was the reason behind the slapping and stuff? What was it you were attempting to accomplish by slapping?
I was trying to get him to stop telling me something.
What does it sound to you?
Well, she was described as being in a mental health crisis at the time. Officers urged the pair to separate for the night, and no charges were filed then. Contributor Casey Jordan thinks officers just didn't press Laundrie hard enough.
Sometimes something gets lost in the mix between dispatch relaying all that information to the responding officers. But at no point these officers know that the caller, who was astute enough to write down the Florida license plate and give it to the 911 operator, they never repeat those allegations to Brian. They never say, listen, someone saw you on the sidewalk slapping Gabby. Did that really happen? Now, I understand that officers want to leave it very open-ended and just say, tell us what's going on here and try to get it from the so-called horse's mouth. But it does seem to be a major misstep that they believe everything Brian says at face value. And at no point do they ask Brian, did you grab her face in your hands when you pushed her? Were you trying to cause her physical harm?
Moab City is investigating what happened during that incident. The department says it takes all complaints seriously. Be sure to tune in tonight for a special report on this case, the Gabby Petito investigation. Where is the fugitive fiancé? That's at 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific right here on HLN.